is blockchain unblocked your favourite subject?
My favourite subject. That is the truth, and I love this catchphrase. I think that's you've unblocked it halfway already by just coming up with that phrase. I love it. Absolutely love it.
Well, I think one of our jobs, or certainly one of my jobs, is, back to you're right. A lot of people often say, Chris, we don't quite know what you do, or we don't know what you do, because you do lots of different things. So, and the problem is, the problem for someone like me is, I do this and this and this and this and this and this. It doesn't mean anything to anyone. So, and blockchain has some similarity there, because it's this whole new world of transacting, but it doesn't mean an awful lot to most people beyond the fact it sounds a little bit sexy. It sounds a little bit like people are making money because of Bitcoin, but they still don't really understand what is blockchain. It's a little bit ambiguous. I'd say it's a lot ambiguous.
Absolutely. I really agree that language is the biggest issue in the space. And there's a lot of drama and infighting, and I mean it's very lively once you're through the door. But from an outsider perspective, and in order to maybe open that circle, bring more people in, it is about, well, how do you communicate this message? I think the recent craze of NFTs has widened the circle, because now people have, not that people can understand why, flipping JPEGs can make you a millionaire, or certain pictures of apes can be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. But it's made it appealing. And where first people were looking at crypto, Bitcoin specifically, and thinking, how can I make money out of this? That was, I think, that was maybe the second cohort of people. So the first cohort of people were your classic nerds. They loved programming. They were like, I'll run a node on my computer to mine this weird, eccentric currency. Then we had the people, the price is doing some crazy things. So you have these traders who love volatility, because there's nothing that a trader loves more than volatility, because
volatility, I love it.
Because it makes money, right?
Yeah,
volatility
of course it does,
means dollars. And now we've had this NFT, the entrance of NFTs, and it's been interesting to see how that's played out as the markets change. But this is getting a little bit micro. We're already getting into the things that people don't understand, because people are saying, well, what is an NFT? And even then, there's so much misconceptions around that. So much, because the biggest one is that when you own an NFT, you don't, that image is not on the blockchain. That's a big misconception. What you own is the link to that image. And what cryptocurrency allows you to do is tokenize that link. So you can provably say that you own that link. But the link can change and things can happen. So there's a lot of, even the word wallets. The most popular wallet today is MetaMask. And people, it gives them an idea of how to interact, and seed phrases, and setting up your password, and private keys, public keys. But it's still so far from the experience that we need, because that in crypto, I think, is probably the billion-dollar question. The next Google, the next Apple. It's how will people interact with this? How will they make those transactions? The challenge, you challenge me to think of simpler ways to explain. And so far, I've been thinking about concepts. I've been thinking, okay, well, how can we maybe build on existing metaphors that we have? And this is probably the first draft. Is the internet gave us information highways, and the blockchain now allows us to own a piece of that highway. Whereas previously that highway was controlled, let's say, by a state or government actor. Maybe we have private roads. Now, as individuals, we can actually own a piece of that road. But not. There's not always an easy thing to do, right? There's maintenance things. There's you got to keep it clean. All of a sudden now you're responsible for this.
Right.
So this resonates with the concept of be your own bank in crypto.
Right.
Which burns a lot of people because the idea is if you lose that password or the seed phrase, it's gone. There's no one you can call. There's no support line. MetaMask doesn't have a support line, but certainly Bitcoin, Ethereum, these blockchains, no one's there to say, I can walk you through the steps to restore.
There's no help desk.
Exactly. So now we've got these information highways, and now we can have a piece of those highways. However, it's up to us now to maintain that piece of land. And I think even in the States, they tried something simple. They tried something where they gave people somewhat ownership over the roads,
right,
so that it would encourage people to go and collect garbage. And there's a funny Seinfeld episode about Kramer. Kramer buys this part of the highway and decides to paint the lines, and so far that's probably where I'm at in terms of simplifying the idea.
I kind of like where it's going to, because it gives people, there's some rationality there of, how could I own a piece of the big roadmap out there?
Yeah, maybe you want to put your toll on there.
Yeah.
That works in some countries like Australia, but in South Africa, for example, no one pays tolls because they have the tolls there, but no one pays them because they're privately installed tolls. So it's, at the end of the day, there's all these things now that you can do with that piece of the network that you now own.
Right.
We've never had that ability, right? It's always been that value, that power has been locked in the hands of the state. But now that we can own that piece of road, now not only can we control and build things on top of it, now we're also responsible for what happens there.
Yeah.
So it's work in progress, right? Our first step in unblocking blockchain.
Yeah, so I think moving forward, we'll get to the point where we get a whiteboard out and we'll start whiteboarding some of this stuff. Mm-hmm. So absolutely. It's as I said to you the other week, it's how can a lady in here can roll in who, uses a browser. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. And that's relevant to me. But it's making it relevant first. Yeah. How's it going to change my life from going to Woolies and paying for my stuff on a CBA card? Yeah.
And it is. It's a crazy challenge, right? Because even the idea of trying to explain the internet to someone like that would be probably a lost cause.
I don't think a lot of people know. They don't know what Web 1 is even, Web 2 and Web 3, because I hear Web 3 being bandied around regularly now, and it's like, once you get to understand what Web 3 is going to do, it's like you can't sleep at night.
Yeah. Yeah, it becomes this ability to tokenize anything.
Pretty well, yeah.
And all the contracts that were once frozen, within banks, within financial institutions, everything becomes a token, and now you can play with it, you can trade it, you can the value, the level of value that has the potential to unlock. Yeah, and also. Yeah, there's so much, right? My mind just explodes with, all these different concepts, and I guess buzzwords as well. But at the end of the day, now we have that ability as users, to be a part of these networks that helps to shape what the future now looks like. Yeah, it becomes back in the control of the communities. Yeah, and this, William was saying the other day, and really resonates. The idea of community is huge now. Yeah, it's everything. Yeah, it's everything, and especially in the digital age where we've lost a certain sense of real life community. It's how can we now bring that back, and some of that will be in a digital form. Yeah, and some of that will be, now that we speak the same language and are part of the same network and have the same tokens or whatever it is. Now we can come to certain agreements and have value moving between us in ways that we've maybe never imagined before.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.